Hello, welcome back to our channel. I'm Rachel from the workathomefamily.com, your place for all things related to working from home, especially for moms who are juggling parenthood and everything else that's already on their plate. I wanted to talk about a request we get in our Facebook group all the time. If you aren't already in our Facebook group, check out the link in the comments because we're always posting great flexible remote jobs as well as tips and tricks for working from home. So the request we get is something that moms refer to as a unicorn job. And this request makes me really nervous. So what they ask for is they want a full-time income, and most of them say $5,000-$6,000 plus, but they only want to work 20 hours a week or less. They want to do it with their kids home, and sometimes they want to do it while homeschooling. I get the appeal for that. It sounds amazing, right? I think we would all love that. This makes me nervous for a couple reasons. First, almost no one is going to hire you for a remote job as an hourly or salaried employee if you are actively watching kids at home. There are some that don't mind a little bit of background noise if you have older kids, but if you are watching toddlers or younger that need a lot of attention, you're not going to be able to work a traditional remote job. What you need to do is run your own business, work on a project basis as a contractor, or get creative with your childcare options. We have some really creative childcare solutions that you may not have thought of in the link in the comments below, so check those out if you want to get creative. But the reality is you are going to need childcare for most remote jobs if you are working as an employee. Second, this question makes me really nervous because when I hear it, it usually comes from a place of desperation. And when people are desperate to increase their income, they are often more likely to fall for a scam or something that's going to hurt them in the long run. And the reason for this is because moms who want to make $5,000 to $6,000 plus working part-time hours may not see many options. So if somebody gives them an option that sounds perfect, they're going to jump on it. These are the moms that can fall victim to an MLM or a scam or just get ripped off in general. So you want to be really careful if you find yourself feeling a little bit desperate because you're more likely to fall for one of these things. Now, before the MLM moms come after me, I have worked MLMs in the past. I know you can be successful, but the majority of moms do not make money from it, and it is not a quick fix, especially if you find yourself with a financial need. So this is definitely not something you want to start if you find yourself desperate for income. Okay, on to the unicorn jobs, because they do exist. I get the appeal of looking for these unicorn jobs. I'm a mom of 6 who has homeschooled while working from home in the past, and I have done it as the primary breadwinner. So I know how hard this can be and how few options there are available. It can be done though, and there are income opportunities out there that will let you do this, but you have to be willing to do two things. First, you have to be willing to put the time in up front. That may be in the form of education or training or building up a business, but you have to be aware that you're not going to jump in most cases and be working 20 hours a week. You've got to start from the bottom and kind of work your way up. Second, you're going to have to be willing to learn some new skills. Most of these requests that I get come from moms who have very little work experience, not a lot of educational experience, but they want to jump in and get paid what comes out to $60+ an hour. And that's not a realistic way to look at this. You've got to realize where your skill set is currently and what skills you need in order to be able to earn the income that you're looking for. Okay, so on to the unicorn jobs. Most jobs that fit these unicorn requirements are actually going to involve owning your own business. That way you're the boss. It doesn't matter if you've got kids around, you get to set the rules and be in charge. There's always a risk with owning your own business, and there's usually some startup time. There are some contract jobs too that you are still technically owning your own business, but you get to work with somebody else a little more established, and sometimes those are faster to get going. So let's go into some of these unicorn jobs. First, this is the most obvious, and it's one I've done before, so I can tell you it is legitimate, and it can be a great way to earn more money than you think you can, and that's running a home daycare. The benefit of this, if you have young kids, is you are going to get paid to be actively available for your kids. I know some people think it is a lower paying job, and it can be, but if you set up your business well, you can charge the rates that you're worth, and you can also look into subsidies from the state. Many states offer grant money for home child carers. I know when I was doing it, they offered an extra food budget for each child that I had in my care, and that wasn't income dependent. It was just a grant that they had available for child care providers to help keep them in business. So some of those things can really add up. I ended up making more than I made as a teacher full time. So it's a great way to earn a full-time income. It may or may not be in that $5,000-$6,000 range, depending on your area, but it can be if you are in an area where childcare is a little bit more expensive. Okay, your next option is working as a freelance writer. This is a great one if you love to write, you have some great attention to detail, and you're willing to learn. Many small businesses and larger businesses will pay for freelance writers, and the rates are actually great. The nice thing about these jobs is they can be done while your kids are sleeping. You can get up early if you need to. You can be available during the day. You don't have to worry about background noise or being on the phone for the most part. So this can be a great option if you like to write. Another option to look into is using your home to make some money. What I mean by that is maybe you have a spare room you can rent out on Airbnb or rent out to a long-term renter. Maybe you can rent some storage space in your home. There's companies that will pay for that. You can even rent out your car. If you have a nicer car that you want to rent out and you live in an area where people come to visit, that can be a great option. Pet sitting can be great too. Rover.com sets you up with clients, so it's already done for you. That may not be a full-time income, but it can be a great way to supplement your income. So we've got some options in the comments below about using your home to earn money. There's all kinds of ways that you can do it, and that doesn't involve working a 40-hour work week. So we talked about starting your own business, and that can look like anything you want it to look like. There's moms who have created an Etsy store, and that can be very profitable. You can do Amazon FBA, which stands for Fulfilled by Amazon, and that can either be selling your own products or doing something called retail arbitrage, where you go and buy things at a discount and then ship them off to Amazon and sell them through Amazon that way. Some moms make their own products and sell it. You can do this as small as selling things from your home through Facebook Marketplace and flipping things, or local markets, all the way to having your own online storefront. So there's a lot of options there. You'll just have to look at what you're good at, what you're passionate about, and then start learning. There's all kinds of videos about e-commerce and Amazon FBA on YouTube that you can look at and try and figure out if it's something you're interested in. If you love to write, but you don't want to be a freelance writer, Amazon KDP books may be a great option. You can do low content books such as journals, notebooks, anything like that that don't take a lot of time to create, anywhere to full children's books or full novels, and Amazon will print them on demand for you. So that could be a great option. It does take time to build up, just like any of these other businesses, but it can be very profitable if you learn how to market it yourself. Another option, if you're looking for one of these unicorn jobs, is to get some training in something that is in demand. A lot of these things can be in IT or cybersecurity or something where they are willing to let you work flexible hours, so you can work around your kid's schedule. You can work later at night, or they're just going to pay you enough that you can afford childcare too. A lot of colleges offer short-term licensing that you can do to get qualified for some of these jobs. And that can be a great way to just get your skill set up high enough that you can be able to make the income that you want from home, and you can be able to set the terms that you want. I hope these jobs have given you some ideas. There's all kinds of things out there. If you currently have one of these unicorn jobs that people are looking for, be sure and share in the comments with us, or join us over in our Work at Home Mom Facebook group. Check out the comments below and see some resources about any of these jobs that we have listed, as well as some additional ideas, and good luck with your job hunt.